Pre-construction. So I did talk about that earlier, about the number of units. That number has gone down, but we've seen in the last 2 or 3 months, I would say some of these developers that are charging, I think, way too much, which, you know, anything over $4,000 a meter, unless it's like out on the islands, is going to be, I would say you're going to be overpaying. Hey there, I'm Kent Davis, and I have been living in Panama and working in Panama for almost 20 years, and I help people buy and sell and rent real estate in Panama. That's what my company does, and we are always keeping an eye on the trends because sometimes it's kind of hard to get good statistics down here, but we've got some great sources, including the public registry and the MLS and lots of other great pieces of information that we can kind of compile for you. So here's the game plan for today. I'm going to give you a rundown of what we've seen over the last 3 months as 2026 has gotten started. It's been a little crazy, a little unexpected. Some good news, some bad news, some sectors that are hot, some sectors that are kind of cooling off. And as always, what I think you should be looking for and what I think you should be watching out for. So here we go. First and foremost, a story or trend that we've been covering for quite a while now is rental prices. They are definitely going up. So I'm sitting there in our sales meeting on Tuesday looking around at all of my agents, and we start talking about what everybody's working on. And I had 3 different agents all beating their heads against the desk saying, I can't find what my client is looking for. Well, they were all working with the same client profile, which in this case was corporate young family moving to Panama, looking for a 3-bedroom furnished property in a decent building in Costa del Este with a budget between $2,500 and $3,500 a month. That's a pretty decent, those are decent budgets. That ordinarily would have been no problem finding them exactly what they're looking for. Plenty of options. Stuff is going off the market in that particular price point. Man, I mean, like, you know, there might be 2 or 3 properties available at any one time in that particular price point, size range, which is in this case about 1,700 to about 2,500 square feet in buildings like Parque Del Mar 1 and 2, Vertical, Breeze, Titanium. Point being that I like that area for investors right now, and I don't think that's trending. Costa del Este has always been very attractive for corporate relocation because, as you probably know, there are a lot of big corporations out there. So rents are hot and moving up. Sorry, if you're looking to rent in the future, you know, plan on paying a little bit more. But that is also, just like we reported last year, and now we're seeing the trend kind of lock in, that is affecting resale prices. So for the longest time, and I've been very transparent about this, we haven't had a whole lot of appreciation in Panama. Kind of weird, kind of annoying. Well, in the last 2 years, we have had pre-construction, so new guys in development, driving prices up. Now, I'm going to get to how those guys are doing here in a second, because that's going to affect, well, that is affecting everything. So here's where I'm going with my point. There used to be a gap. You could buy either one building that's 10 years old or a new building that's coming in a year right next to each other. Same floor plan, same neighborhood. This guy might be, we'll do square feet. We'll do both. So $3,500 a square meter, or I don't know, what is that? Like $330 a square foot? Or the guy right next to him that's 10 years old, that would be maybe more like $2,000 per square meter, or I don't know, $180 a square foot, right? Huge disparity. Same neighborhood, same everything, apples to apples, giant gap. Well, now this new tower is actually going for like, what I say, 3,500. Now it's going for like 4,000. And these guys have still kind of been around like, you know, 2,000 a square meter. Well, investors are starting to say, well, that's a pretty big disparity. I don't need to pay almost double for a brand new building. I'll take this 10-year-old building that maybe doesn't have a saltwater pool or a putting green or a, influencer studio room. All these awesome new amenities are coming out, and sure, yeah, I mean, like maybe our building on the left hand. My point is that gap got so wide that the market said, no, this gap is too wide, and two things happened. Number one, we're seeing a lot more resale purchases, right? Rents are also driving that. If you would be able to rent this place out for $1,800 a month 12 months ago, and now you can rent it out for $2,100 a month, well, you can sell it for more too, right? That's kind of the logic with investor properties. My point is two things. Number one, resale existing properties have started to go up. Yes or yes. We've seen it almost across the board in the metro area. And if you own, that's great. If you're looking at buying, it's not going through the roof. It's definitely not a buyer's market yet. Sorry, a seller's market. It's not a seller's market yet, with a few exceptions. If you own a property in Costa del Este, 3-bedroom, nicely furnished, you can probably increase your price because you're probably getting 5 calls a day on it. So that's resale pricing. Now, let's talk about pre-construction for a second. And I've got all of this in a really awesome, recently published report on our website. So make sure to check that out. You can download the full thing for free, and it really gets into a lot more statistics. But let me give you a stat. Just over 16,000 apartments are still for sale, either planned, so on paper, in construction, or recently built. So this doesn't calculate all of the existing inventory. This is just new construction. Why is that number important? Well, just as we reported last year, same trend happening now. That inventory is coming down. So we do like absorption. We do see a couple particular price points that are doing very well year over year, and that is, no surprise, 200 to 400,000, because that captures two different kinds of visa buyers. The guys that come over to get their residency for tax purposes, or, because they want to live here. Okay, so let's talk about demand drivers right now. I hate to say this because, as a decent human and a Christian, I don't like to see anybody suffer. But Dubai and Mexico were some of our biggest competitors for international investment real estate. Europeans, Dubai was hot. You got the market was hot there. It was in demand and trending, and you got these influencers shooting these videos at these beautiful pools, blah, blah, blah. Dubai's out. Dubai is out for the time being, and it might be resilient. Hopefully they can bounce back, but for the time being, Europeans are both pulling out of there. Everybody's pulling out, and I think in the immediate future are not going to be considering it. So Panama's on a short list of places where you can easily move to, that is safe, affordable. You can get your territorial tax benefits, which is if you don't know, it's, hey, if you make your money overseas, Panama doesn't need to tax you. And if your home country says, oh, your residence is Panama, okay, we're not going to tax you there. So it's a big benefit for people. So I think that's going to bring Europeans. I think that's going to bring potentially Canadian Americans. But the fact is Dubai is no longer an option for a while. Sorry, guys. The second thing is Mexico. Did you see what happened with the cartels? I was talking to a Mexican gal that's from Guadalajara. She said it's overinflated. I believe her. But I got a feeling that most of our buyers, Canadians, Americans, Western Europeans, are probably watching the same news sources that I am, and things look pretty nasty with the cartels blowing up, cars and messing with schools and banks. So anyway, that's competition, and those guys are out too. So demand drivers. The other thing is the dollar has been continuing its slide against big currencies like the Colombian peso, Canadian dollar, the euro. That means if you're over there watching in one of those countries, Panama is getting a little bit cheaper for you, which is great. Generally, that also brings tourists, which is awesome. Those guys end up buying. Here's what I'm worried about. A couple different things. Number one, the price of oil. As I'm filming this video, oil is well above 100 a barrel, and people are saying that it's going to be even worse. That means less people coming to Panama. That makes me a little bit nervous. watch that very carefully. Other things that I think could negatively affect the market, we do have a new Airbnb law being contemplated. That is law like 310 or 301, whatever. It's not a law yet, but they're seriously talking about creating a regiment to make that legal. Then we'll get into the market as a company potentially. But they will also be instilling the hotel tax, which is I think 10 or 12%. That will likely be charged by the Airbnb platform. So I think making it legal in the city, it's currently illegal for under 45 days, I believe. Then that could bring, I don't know what that could bring. That could bring a lot more units online, which would then drive the average daily nightly rate down. That could obviously immediately next day increase prices and not earnings. So that might reduce the market a little bit. So you've got sort of a weird intersection of potentially a lot more supply and a lot less demand, and that guaranteed will move the returns down. So I think that law, while it will be great to regulate Airbnb and make it official and make it legal, I think that could actually probably hurt investors. One guy's opinion. Pre-construction. So I did talk about that earlier, about the number of units. That number has gone down, but we've seen in the last 2 or 3 months, I would say some of these developers that are charging, I think, way too much, which, you know, anything over $4,000 a meter, unless it's like out on the islands, is going to be, I would say you're going to be overpaying. So, or maybe, you know, with a few exceptions in Costco potentially as well. But with those two exceptions, I would say that there are some developers that are just pushing it and they're seeing their sales slow down. So we've got some great developments kind of in-house and or not really marketed with other agencies. You can always give us a call about those. You know, of course, I've got a horse in the race. I like those developments. We'll help you find whatever you're looking for. And I hope that these videos are helpful in terms of just, you know, trying to figure out where you're at, what's going on with the market. Yeah. So I hope these videos are helpful. I suggest you watch this next video, which is about the difference between pre-construction and existing property.